I was born in Ukraine. I was born in Kiev specifically, so I basically went to school, completely in Ukrainian, then kind of kept moving back and forth between Ukraine and Russia, because my mom at the time also was living in Moscow most of the time. And then when I was almost 16, I have moved to United States to live with my father. And then after that, for the 11th and 12th grade, I went to North Carolina School of Science and Math, so that really also honed my interest in sciences there as well. Charlotte actually was one of the first schools that I really applied to, and it was one of the first schools I really toured. And I was like, I don't think there's really need for me to venture elsewhere because it just felt really welcoming. I think that this is quite an easy decision to make. The greatest part about our campus, I think, is our people and the sense of care that we have for each other. I am fortunate to be a part of the Martin Scholarship, and we have quite a tight-knit community as well. It has really been a great experience because we are really a family and our honors staff really cares about us. I think I really wanted to be in sciences since I was little. So I always knew it was going to be science, wasn't really sure exactly what it was going to be. And then as my great-grandma, developed cancer and was receiving care, I think that was one of the things that really pushed me towards oncology, to be able to help and treat people that do have cancer and be able to provide some of that support, not only medically or professionally, but also as a human to them and their families. After I'm graduating, I'm actually taking a gap year between, my bachelor's and applying to medical schools. So I am planning to work as a CNA to really ensure that, I am choosing specifically the right field I want to do. So really, really trying to get that experience.
For me, I definitely was looking at UNC Charlotte even before I considered running here, because that was one of the main things that my parents instilled upon me, go somewhere where you could be a student, not just an athlete. UNC Charlotte was great for that. I definitely fell in love with the campus, being so close to the city, different opportunities there. And it just so happened my sister lives in Noda, so she's not too far, so having family close by definitely helped too. When I found out I got accepted into UNC Charlotte, we had a big cookout dinner at my house, and we all got together and just celebrated. I wanted to major in something where I could help others, and I felt that criminal justice would be a great major to where I could make a difference. Working with CMPD, that was such a great experience. It was great to see what it was like to be a new police recruit, so we got to do different trainings, and then Thursdays and Fridays we would actually do ride-alongs. So I was patrolling the streets with officers, answering calls. In the future, I've teetered either still doing something in the athletics realm, but if not, pursuing that criminal justice route, working with either the U.S. Marshals, Department of Defense, and then the dream job would be working with the FBI. So my grandfather is in the U.S. Marshals, and he's been able to give me some connections and have that opportunity to potentially work there one day. My student government experience has definitely prepared me in multiple ways, and this year especially, it's been great to get a chance to connect with more students and hear different concerns or issues that they may have and shed light on those issues, and so we can come up with solutions. I do plan on coming back to UNC Charlotte for another year, starting my master's, and for another year for eligibility for track. I plan on pursuing an MBA for a master's in business administration. So I've actually inspired my mom to go back to school and finish her degree. So currently she's finishing her bachelor's degree in exercise science at Limestone College, and she's actually set to graduate this spring with me.
I was born in Harrisburg, and I lived there until I was about 6 years old, and we moved to Texas just for a year, and then whenever we came back to North Carolina, my mom ended up not coming back with us, and so it was just me and my dad and my brother. My mom was an alcoholic throughout my whole childhood, and then my dad also became an alcoholic and had some drug issues, so my brother ended up moving out when I was about 11 years old. Whenever I was 15, I ended up moving in with my family now, who was the pastor of my church, and from there on, they ended up adopting me whenever I was 18. Softball was a really big part of my life all growing up. It was the one place that me and my brother bonded the most, as he played baseball, and I also played baseball up until I was 12 years old, and I didn't want to make the switch over to softball, but I ended up doing it. It was the best decision that I've made. It's what saved me at the beginning. It's what brought me out of any situation that I was in. Whenever things were really hard at home, I would go to softball practice, and I wouldn't think about a thing that was going on outside of practice. It was definitely a place where I found a lot of joy and was just able to be free. I think I grew up around UNC Charlotte, and so I always saw it. I was always around it and going to games and stuff like that. I knew that the next step for softball, if I wanted to keep playing, was to play in college. And so I think that was the biggest motivation to go to school, was to play softball, but I think it was also just the expectation, what I knew that I wanted to do. The softball team at UNC Charlotte is very, very special. We love each other like a family. We call each other sisters. We're a sisterhood for sure. So I think that everything about it is special, but I think the bond that we have and just how much we love and support and celebrate each other is the most special thing. I'm currently studying double majoring in psychology and special education. After I graduate in December, I would like to get my master's in special education here at Charlotte, and then after that, I would love to start a program through my dad's church for kids with special needs and for their families.
After high school, I joined the U.S. Coast Guard. I was in about 10 years. Talk about humility, that was a humbling experience, because at 18, being away from home, I didn't know what I was doing half of the time, and thank the Lord I had people around me that could help me out. I applied to UNC Charlotte because I still had a year left on my GI Bill. I asked my wife, can we do this? Can we go to, we moved to Charlotte? So we did. She gave me the go-ahead. We uprooted and came out to Charlotte. I want to pursue a degree in physics because I love how things work and knowing about it, being able to talk about it instead of just plugging in a math number and that's what you get and you can't really explain it, if that makes any sense. My experience as a non-traditional student, it's been really, really good. The faculty at the Oasis Center has been great. I mean, they made it super easy. But I'd say being a non-traditional student, as long as you just come in with the mindset that, yeah, you're gonna have to work a little hard, it's not bad, trust me. If I can do it, anybody can do it. So the biggest obstacle while pursuing my degree, I got diagnosed with cancer back in the summer of 2021. My first year at UNC Charlotte and everything went great. Everything came to a screeching halt. The way I overcame it was just with great people around me. I had really good professors, had an amazing wife that took care of me and actually let me come back to school. Yeah, we're done with that chapter. It's closed and I never want to read it again. The best thing that's happened to me personally this year is me and my wife brought in our first baby, Wyatt John Besson. It's been a blessing. Kids are the best. After I graduate, I really want to work in the space industry. I really want to go to space. I really want to be an astronaut. If I can't do that, I would love to build a beautiful machine shop, make beautiful parts, and I don't know, just make my family's life a little better.
When I learned that I was going to be receiving the Martin Scholarship, I was ecstatic. I think it really was like the weight lifting off my shoulders, and it really confirmed to me that yes, I was going to be able to go to college and I was going to be able to pursue my degree.
My scholarship has definitely impacted my experience by allowing me to have something to work towards, work harder, and having that scholarship has definitely allowed me to be more involved on campus.
It has given me the freedom to not be weighed down by thoughts of debt that might be following me after college, but it has also opened a lot of doors for me, and especially in the sense that I get to go get my master's after I finish.
Having that scholarship is awesome because it just helped me keep pursuing this instead of saying like, hey babe, I'm gonna have to drop a few classes. Now I can take 4 classes a semester and let's get the ball rolling. I don't know, it's just a breath of fresh air.
To donors that will be supporting students like me, I would really like to say thank you. There's really not enough words to describe the amount of gratitude we have. Their donations and their scholarships really goes beyond just the monetary side of it.
I just want you to know that your donations help build the future here at UNC Charlotte and help build future leaders like myself.
Thank you so much for stepping out in faith, and you might not know who you are impacting or how the money you are giving is impacting a person, but for me specifically, it has changed my life.
It is a blessing because I don't want to go halfway through it and then have to get into a job and then I'll never come back to it. So this is helping me keep going to be able to finish and let me have a better life. I'll be in debt to you and hopefully I'll make you proud one day.
Thank you for making a difference in the lives of UNC Charlotte students.
Thank you for investing in my future.
Thank you for being a part of my story.
Thank you for helping me make a better life for my family.